So Forest are closing in on their next signing, Javi Rueda. Welcome to your transfer news. Hi guys, hope you're doing well as you can be, and welcome to your latest Forest transfer news. Coming up, I'll give you the latest on that transfer dopamine, because right now that's all we've got to hang on to, because Forest are absolutely crap on the pitch. So if you're feeling a little better, I'm not, I'm still annoyed, let me know by hitting the like button. Make sure you've subscribed as well if you're new. And let's jump into the first transfer story, and this is for Javi Rueda. And I just can't keep up with what Forest are doing. We wanted Reed, and then Roma came in, and then Forest didn't want to go too high on him. They wanted to go to 25 mil. Reed was obviously Glasner's first choice. And then Reed's basically said he wants to stay at Feyenoord. And then we got in for Dodo. It's closer than close can be. And Forest were basically just finalising between 10 million euros and 12 million euros. Everything was nice and close. And now Forest has just changed their mind. They're like, we're just going to go for someone else. And they go for Javi Rueda. Who is Javi Rueda? Well, he plays at Celta Vigo right now. He's come through Real Madrid. He's 24 years old. I think he's about 5'10". Attacking, very attacking going forward. Very good at delivering a crossing, got decent pace, and he actually does shoot quite a bit, and he's got himself a couple of goals. Now, defensively, I would say a little bit like that in the air as well. And look, I'm sounding down on him. I think he's a good player. But right now, I just don't really care because we're crap. Like, bring in prime Messi and Ronaldo, and what are they going to do in a team that creates nothing, and you have a goalkeeper that lumps the ball forward every single time to a donkey up front who can't even jump. So if Javi Rueda is going to start crossing the ball in from the right, he better make sure it's exactly the same height as Chris Wood, or it's just going to go straight over his head. So what's the point? Anyway, sorry. Told you, I'm still a little annoyed at yesterday. The story is that he's worth about, I would say on the market, 7 to 8 million pounds. The problem with this deal is that Real Madrid have a 50% sell-on clause on him in terms of the profit, right? So he also has a release fee clause of 30 million euros. So if Forest just want to get it done today, they just go and pay the 30 million euros, job done. Celta Vigo can't reject the offer or go back and forth on it. But it's very rare in this day and age that a club just hits the release clause, because usually a release clause means that you have to pay the money up front. You can't do a payment plan or different payment terms or whatever. So what we're probably seeing right now is, and it is in its final stages apparently, and I'll talk you through who's saying what in just a second. So what you're probably going to see is sometimes people pay, I know it sounds weird, but they pay over the release fee clause so that they can spread the payment cost out over 3 years, 5 years, whatever it may be, instead of that one boom lump hit. So there's no real confirmation yet on how much it's going to cost, but the ceiling on it would be 30 million euros for a player who's probably worth about 10 million, I would say, at a push. So 30 million euros, you're looking about 26 million pounds. Right now, if this is the guy, and Glasner's identified him, and the recruitment, well, do I trust the recruitment team right now? I don't know. But let's just pretend we live in this, platonic worlds of paradise, and Forest aren't shit, and Forest are good, and there's a plan and everything else. If this guy is the guy, then we've got to go through it. Look, saltiness and joking aside, if you're going to have Glasner as your manager, you got to back Glasner. If Glasner's going to play this 3-4-2-1 formation, you're going to have to get the players for it, okay? My issue is that it's so late in the window. You're literally changing the ethos, the philosophy, the structure of a team that was playing 4-2-3-1 last season, 4-4-2 last season, 4-4-1-1, and like all the fours that you can think of as like Connect 4 last season. And now you're changing to a 3-4-2-1 with a different philosophy, and you're giving all these new players that are coming in like minus a week because the Premier League started last season. And we've already dropped ourselves 3 points because of how slow we've been in the transfer window. We're already out of a cup competition that we have heritage in, won it 4 times. So our season now until January, until the FA Cup kicks in, is 1 game a week. Fantastic. So anyway, sorry, I've ranted a little there. But I do, look, Woosa, calm down and everything. This is a good this is a good player, but this is going to end up costing more than it should because we've sat on our thumb. Our thumbs have been up our, buttholes and all that. So it's going to cost money. I don't know what's happened with the Dodo deal. I don't know if we're going to get both. But I'll tell you what, it better not stop at Javi Rueda if we do get him in. And I keep saying it, we need not 1 CM now, I'm saying 2 CMs. And I'm talking quality CMs. You can get away with it last season and the season before having Anderson in there, who's basically a player and a half in the midfield. You can't play a 2-man midfield with a Sangare, with a, who else we got there? Schlager, a Dominguez, a Yates, and there's someone else, and they're so crap I can't even remember, McAtee. We need proper CMs. That should be the priority right now. But then the other priority, we need a keeper. We need a keeper. I can't watch Sells punt the ball long anymore to Chris Wood, who can't jump, and rinse and freaking repeat. Now, when this gets done, we will let you know if it gets done. Glasner's come out and he said a few things in his post-match interview. He got asked about the formation and everything else, and he said it's not the formation's fault. He said if the formation was the issue, he would change it overnight and put it into another formation that would work. And I do tend to agree with him. Like, it was crazy to see how many people were Glasner out last night, and fair play to you lot. If that's what you think and that's what you think will strengthen the club, more power to you. But I just can't sit here and ignore what these players, if you want to use that word, and I use it loosely with some of them, have done over the last 2 to 3 years. The majority of that base has been in, and they've gone through Nuno, they've gone through Postecoglou, they've gone through that prick Dyche, they've gone through Pereira, and now Glasner, and before that Cooper as well. You can't tell me after that many managers, ones that have won trophies, ones that have done well in Premier Leagues, ones that have got promotions and things like that. At some stage, you've got to look at it and you got to say, some of these players are getting away with murder. If you look at how they got Dyche out, and more power to them for getting him out, but ignore my hatred for Dyche, do you really want a team of players that when they get bored or sick of the manager or don't like what's going on, just go and cry to Marinakis and be like, hi daddy, can you change the manager? We don't like our babysitter anymore. I'm glad they did that. Don't get me wrong. I know it sounds hypocritical, but Glasner is a winner. Glasner knows what he's doing. Glasner will fix this. And Marinakis has got 6 days now to open up that checkbook. And I'm looking for you know what? If you said to me, Forest can go and buy 30 new players tomorrow, I'd take the risk. I would. Have a summer of the season we got promoted. But anyway, I'm rambling on. Javi Rueda is coming in. Good player. He's probably going to cost us more than he's worth. But all players this week are going to cost that much. Grumpy Old Reds tonight at 7 o'clock. Emergency stream. Lot to talk about. I don't know. I just end the season. End the season. We'll see you tonight. Make sure you've liked and subscribed. Get your thoughts in on Javi Rueda. Come on, you Reds.